Welcome back. Pardon me. Welcome back to the Grand Solar Minimum channel. Today is Wednesday, February 26, 2020. Folks, today is going to be a little bit different morning update. I'm going to go ahead and start with the space weather section first. 347.1 kilometers per second is our solar wind speeds with a density of 8.1. No sunspots to report once again here on the Grand Solar Minimum channel. That's now 24 straight days without sunspots. And let's go ahead and check out the image here on the grandsolarminimum.com at our website. There are those bright regions that I was talking about that are approaching the eastern limb. Let me show you right here. That could be our next potential region for sunspots. If so, we would be somewhere around 26, 27 days without spots before actually getting a sunspot. If this actually is one, and we don't know just yet, we'd have to assume that this would be close to solar cycle 25 just because of the location of this particular sunspot. But as of right now, 40 days without sunspots in 2020. And so far, that's 70% of the year without sunspots thus far. Okay, let's go back to our space weather station, and KPNC at 0 with a 24-hour max of 1, and the TCI sitting steady at 3.83, not 3.82. That's a typo, folks. All right, let's quickly do some weather, and then I want to get into the point of this broadcast this morning. Here's a current look at our U.S. radar. Actually, let's go ahead and take a quick look at our friends across the seas here real quick. I'm not going to give a forecasted update. I'm just going to show you guys the radar over here in Europe. A lot more blue showing up. This is the coldest I think I've seen it on this side of the pond in, well, the entire year thus far. Snow showers across Denmark, Scotland, Ireland, parts of France, Germany, rain for Budapest. Poland also experiencing off and on rain showers mixed with snow. And that's pretty much what we're looking at here for today and tomorrow as well. Checking out the lower 48, we've got a snowstorm moving across Chicago right now, Detroit. And this is setting up exactly the way some forecasters had thought. Detroit got a little bit of a lull in their snowfall, but more is developing on the back end of this, so your lull will not last for very long as there's more snow on the way, heavy bands of snow as well. Rain across certain parts of the South, Tallahassee, Jackson, Mississippi, into central Tennessee right now, Nashville, Deckard, Manchester, Murfreesboro, all getting hit with some rain right now as we speak, and some off and on snow showers for parts of New York. Syracuse mixing in with rain as that warmer air is starting to infiltrate some of this moisture, turning the snow into rain. However, upstate is looking at showers right now, snow showers, and possibly freezing rain. Let's take a look at what NOAA thinks is going to happen over the next several days. And there's our high date and low temperatures. Actually, I want to take a look at the 3-day map today. Mix of everything, freezing rain in parts of Vermont and New Hampshire. Snow on the back end of this, Detroit, Chicago. Tomorrow, this storm will be winding up and heading out of here through the northeast. Heavy snow for the far northern parts of New York, near the border. Western New York also looks to be victim of some lake effect snow, some heavier snows in the south towns. Buffalo, some spotty snow showers in West Virginia into Pennsylvania, and then by the time we get to Friday, things quiet down just a little bit, and we will see snow showers off of lake effect, more lake effect again. That's near north of Syracuse. Light snow showers across the northeast, some sleet. Other than that, it's pretty quiet going into the weekend. What does Tropical Tidbit say? Let's take a look, shall we? Here we are with, let's see. Yeah, so this is the current system that's moving through. this will develop and get a little bit heavier. And GFS is indicating that we could see some heavier snows in the capital region of New York. A little bit of a change in forecast. The heaviest snow, though, looking to be in parts of Maine, guys. New Hampshire, Maine, light snow for Michigan after today's little event. And then lingering snow showers will hang around through Friday into Saturday, leaving us dry but cool. And then another quick little mini system coming through. Starts with snow. Mild air is going to win this battle. Change it all to rain when it's all said and done. Then by March 4th, more rain across the south. They don't need it, especially in the Mississippi area. 2 batches of heavy rain from the 4th and the 5th. And this system will not do what we originally thought, which by March 6th, we were talking about another system moving into the northeast. These systems are moving due east and escaping us. The mid-Atlantic states, however, could see some action from this. But right now, this forecast has shifted, and we'll check it again tonight to see if anything changes after that. March 8th, a little quick clipper system in the northeast. More rain to the Midwest and to the Mississippi Valley, Ohio River Valley areas. Cold at the top of this storm system, but this one looks like it's going to be mainly rain unless you live in New York, and that's not good news there. This could indicate a significant icing event. And then look at all the moisture on this weather map, guys. And this is by the middle of March. So we could be looking at blizzard-like conditions for Minnesota by the middle of the month. Lots of rain inundating the Ohio River Valley into the mid-Atlantic states. And we can only imagine by the weekend, that March 14th, we could see some rain, snow mixing in the northeast. More snow and rain coming into the northwest. A lot more snow than rain, really. But so March is going to be interesting. March is going to be wet. We are going to continue to watch this off and on weather, folks. But what I really want to talk about is this, and consider this on the house, folks. This particular content on YouTube gets demonetized. We'll get hit with something, but I think it's important that I mention this tonight. And I don't care. It's all over mainstream media. It's all over YouTube, and us not talking about this is a disservice to our family and friends in the community. And it's time that we face what could be. I know we're one of the channels out there that like to sit on things until we absolutely have to announce it. We vet everything to the best of our knowledge. We try to keep the sensationalism out of our headlines and our news. But last night, Mari and I sat down together and listened to a message from the CDC. It was a telebriefing. And the things that they were talking about in this telebriefing were, in my opinion, low-key shocking. And some of the things that were being mentioned were a doctor with the CDC is basically telling people here in the United States that we need to prepare for a major disruption in our everyday lives. She said significant, but to me, any kind of disruption in everyday life is major, especially when it comes to a flu-like disease that's spreading right now. Very confusing too, because the symptoms are the same as what you would get in your common flu. A lot of folks are starting to worry because you're watching the stock market plummet. Right now, the futures on the Dow Jones is shifting between 50 and 250 points in the red right now, before the markets open up. Right now, we've lost 7% in the Dow Jones. Some folks are trying to say it's the economy that's struggling right now, but let's cut all the politics and the allegiance to the side right now. This is concerning because when you have the CDC warning folks to prepare, and they're talking about medicines, they're talking about water, they're talking about food, they're talking about be prepared to stay home from work because of an outbreak. They're not saying that this won't become a widespread thing. They're saying when this becomes widespread, there's going to be things that will be put in place that will basically shut things down. Schools, businesses, they're actually trying to now organize things to where people, if you can work from home via telephone, via internet, they're really going to encourage companies across the nation to allow that to happen. In the particular field that I'm in, there is a lot of contact with several hundred people a day for me. And I mean several hundred. I'm in the thick of the germ pool, if you must know, without being in the medical field. I shared this CDC telebriefing last night with friends and family members and coworkers. It was not to strike up any kind of fear. Folks, I really encourage you to pay attention to what's happening right now, not just with the stock market, but with the amount of spread that this has been rapid. The number that they're showing us now is 81,191. Again, you look at Italy, you look at Iran, look at the red dots on that map. They weren't there. Even in the United States, we're seeing more areas. Right now, unfortunately, the West Coast is being inundated right now with cases left and right. Some of these are from cruise ships. Some of these are from people who are traveling in and out for work or just trying to get home. But nonetheless, the CDC is warning everyone to prepare. This will become a community spread. They're not saying the entire United States will experience the community spread, but let's be honest. How are we going to stop what happened in China if it starts here? My fear is that we're at 57 cases right now. When we first started talking about this in early January, late January, I should say, mid-January, we were talking about 200 and some cases and 26 people dead. And now, in the mainland China, there's over 78,000 cases with over 2,600 people dead in just a month and a week. And you could say that 55,000 people die from this flu every year. That's fine. But I think the rate of this spread and the rate of the deaths that are happening. Now, the good news is 30,000 people have recovered. But my question is, what's going on with the other 48,000 people who are still sick from this? Rumors have been flying around about numbers in the 112,000 range of deaths, 2.8 million people infected. Even the mainstream media is worried that China is not telling the truth about this. So tonight on the Grand Solar Minimum channel, we'll give you a live update of all the Grand Solar Minimum headlines. We'll go through some weather. And I think Mari and I mean, we've come to this point now, guys. It's not about ad revenue at this point. This is becoming a little bit more serious than ad revenue or demonetize or anything like that. We are not going to sit on our hands and watch this happen. So tonight, Mari and I will have a discussion, a back and forth between each other, some things that maybe we should do. And this is real stuff. We're not talking about what if. This is going to happen, is what the CDC is saying. This is not a what if situation. This is, we need to be ready now. In my opinion, as rapid as these cases have expanded, if the CDC is saying something today, folks, don't be surprised within 2 to 4 weeks that we're talking about something much, much more serious. It's that concerning. And these markets aren't dropping like rocks right now because of a couple of jitters here. This has nothing to do with it. So, guys, please tune in tonight, 9 p.m., Grand Solar Minimum update. And then Mari and I, we're going to discuss a few things about what should be the basics. How long should you stock up for? What should you do if a family member becomes ill? We don't have all the answers, but I think it's time we start beating the drum a little louder here, folks. I'm a little concerned, and I want to apologize to our community for not being more vocal about this situation than we should have been, honestly. Sometimes you lose the big picture in the scheme of things. Our channel is already censored enough. So to the people that can see us and hear us now, we want to make sure our message is loud and clear. And right now, all we can do is pray and be prepared for the worst, because that's what the CDC is basically telling everybody right now. All right, guys, we will be back tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, with a live Grand Solar Minimum update. Until then, we hope everybody has a safe day. Stay focused, be alert, and don't be scared, that's for sure. This is not to scare anyone. This is just to sound the alarm. We have to get serious about this. It's time to start thinking about the what ifs when this actually starts spreading even more. And I'm telling you, the cases in the United States have jumped significantly. Even though we're only at 57, they've jumped pretty quickly in the last 24 to 48 hours. All right, guys, we'll talk soon.
Do you like this show? Give us a thumbs up. Want to support us more? Share to your favorite social media platform, buy a t-shirt, or become a Patreon. All links are in the description below.